Adventures of Old Man Coyote. Chapter 4. Reddy Fox Consults Bobby Raccoon. When Reddy Fox had turned his back on the half-eaten chicken that he had found hidden in a bunch of grass and bushes on Merry Meadows, it had been the hardest thing to do that Reddy Fox could remember, for his stomach fairly ached. He was so hungry, but there might be danger there, and it was best to be safe. So Reddy turned and trotted away where he could neither see nor smell that chicken. He caught some grasshoppers, and he found a family of fat beetles. They were not very filling, but they were better than nothing. After a while he felt better, and he curled up in a warm, sunny spot to rest and think. "It may be that Farmer Brown's boy has set a trap there," said Reddy to himself. Then he remembered that the chicken was half-eaten, and he knew that it wasn't likely that Farmer Brown's boy would have a half-eaten chicken unless he found one that Jimmy Skunk had left near a henyard, and for some reason he didn't know. He had a feeling that Jimmy Skunk had not had anything to do with that chicken. The more he thought about it, the more he felt sure that the chicken had something to do with the stranger whose voice had brought so much fear to the Green Meadows. The very thought made him nervous and spoiled his sunbath. "I believe I'll run over and see Bobby Raccoon," said Reddy, and off he started for the Green Forest. Bobby Raccoon had been out all night, but he had not been very far away from his hollow tree, because he too had felt little chills of fear when he heard the strange voice, which wasn't the voice of Hooty the Owl, or of Dippy the Loon, or of a little yelping dog, and yet sounded something like all three together. So Bobby's stomach wasn't as full as usual, and he felt cross and uncomfortable. You know, it's hard work to feel hungry and pleasant all the time. He had just begun to doze when Bobby heard Reddy Fox calling softly at the foot of the tree. "Bobby, Bobby Raccoon," called Reddy. Bobby didn't answer. He kept perfectly still, trying to make Reddy think he was asleep, but Reddy kept right on calling. Finally, Bobby scrambled up to the doorway of his house in the big hollow tree and scowled down at Reddy Fox. "Well, what is it?" he snapped crossly. "You ought to be ashamed of yourself to disturb people who are trying to get a little honest sleep." Reddy grinned. "I'm very sorry to wake you up, Bobby Raccoon," said Reddy. "But you see, I want your advice, and I know there is no one smarter than you. I have just discovered something very important about which I want to know what you think." The scowl disappeared from Bobby Raccoon's face. He felt very much flattered, just as Reddy meant that he should feel. And he tried to look very important and wise and said, "I am listening, Reddy Fox. What is so important?" Then Reddy told him all about the half-eaten chicken over on the Green Meadows, and how he suspected that the stranger with the terrible voice had something to do with it. Bobby listened gravely. "Pooh," said he. "Probably Jimmy Skunk knows something about it." "No," replied Reddy. "I'm sure that Jimmy Skunk doesn't know anything about it. Come over with me and see it for yourself." Bobby began to back down into his house. "You'll have to excuse me this morning, Reddy Fox. You see, I'm very tired and need sleep," said he. Reddy turned his head aside to hide a smile, for he knew that Bobby was afraid. "I'm sure it must have been Jimmy Skunk," continued Bobby. "Why don't you go ask him? I never like to meddle with other people's business." And with that, Bobby Raccoon backed out of sight in the hollow tree.